You guys seem to be enjoying these case videos, so let's do another quick one where we take a look at 3 cases that Poetic sent me out for the Galaxy S7. The 3 cases they sent me cover 3 entirely different scenarios, so let's take them in a bit of an odd order. We will of course start with the Affinity case, and this one I think I'm actually going to like an awful lot because the 2 previous Affinity cases I've looked at, the first one was the black one, the second one was clear, this one is bright blue, and as you can see I do have the black Galaxy S7, so that should complement it quite nicely. Now the Affinity case runs about 13 bucks over on Amazon, and there are a bunch of different colors available. I mentioned that I like blue, so for this one they sent the blue one out, and there you have it, the blue Poetic Affinity case. Still has Poetic branding and Poetic branding. Let's see how it looks and see how it protects. Actually, that goes on really nicely, really easily. I probably should clean this a little bit better, but there you go. You've got blue on black. Not a bad color scheme. Got your power button on one side, your volume buttons on the other. They are still all clicky. Microphone on the top, speaker USB and 3.5mm on the bottom. Everything seems to be open appropriately, and you do have just enough space in there for your microphone on the bottom. And you have just a little bit of a lip all the way around the edge just to give you just the tiniest bit of additional protection. Doesn't take up a huge amount, but it is enough that if you dropped it on its face, it's gonna hit on that silicone before it hits on the phone. And additionally, you do have a little bit of protection in all 4 corners. Just in case you drop it on a corner, it is going to hit on silicone first. It's not going to be a huge amount of protection, so if you drop it from 10 feet or something, it's probably not going to do much, but it's probably better than having nothing on there. The other side of the spectrum, we have the Revolution case. This one sells for about 17 bucks, $16.95 over on Amazon, and is available in 4 different colors, but they've decided to send me black. And this one is going to be more of your top level of protection. So this is a 2-part case. You've got the silicone outside. Silicone, I know I say that wrong. You got to kind of peel it away all the way around to get it loose. But once you've done that, you've got the plastic front that comes off. It has a built-in screen protector. And of course, if you don't want that screen protector, you could probably go in after the fact and just cut that out. But it comes with it, and I figured I'd give it a shot like that. And then you have the silicone back, which again provides a decent amount of protection. It is not a full hard case, so keep that in mind. It does seem to have a solid back though, so this is solid, but it's just silicone around the sides. Let's remove from the first case, move to the second. Now I'm gonna start this one, I think you put it in this way. So we've got it snapped into the front. Actually seems pretty solidly in there. Then we'll put the back part over it. Actually, that went on surprisingly easily. It's been a while since I've done one of these 2-part cases like this, but yeah, that actually went together pretty quickly, pretty easily. Now, the one problem I always have with anything that has a built-in screen protector is you get something under that screen protector, you're kind of out of luck until you take it all apart and clean it. So that's just something to keep in mind. But let's see, we've got buttons here, we've got buttons. We've got an opening for the microphone on top. We've got an opening for the microphone, speaker, and then closed off ports here on the bottom. Cover up your 3.5mm jack and your USB port. It says shock absorption and dust resistant and everything. The Galaxy S7 is already resistant to a lot of things, so it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. But let's just see how the screen works with this screen protector on it. Actually, that seems to be getting the job done. Yeah, I mean, that's still just fine. You can still use the button here. It does have a little bit of a cutout in the screen protector for that button. Let's see about moving things between screens. I always have problems with that too. Yeah, I still have problems with that. Not really able to do that so well. So that's something to keep in mind. Well, with a little bit of effort, okay, with a lot of effort, I was able to finally move it, but getting it back is gonna be next to impossible. So this really goes to show a large part of why I'm not a huge fan of these kind of cases. But the worst case scenario, you can always just remove it from the screen and then go back and get it, bring it to where you want it to be. So that's not that big of a deal. And again, 17 bucks over on Amazon. If you want a lot of protection for your phone, you can like slam it down and it hopefully will not explode. It feels like a tank right now. And finally, the last case, the one that I was kind of the most excited about, the one that I thought would fit the best for somebody like me, is the quarterback. This one's available for about 10 bucks over on Amazon, and there are 4 colors available. Again, blue probably would have been a preferable color for me, but you can't complain. So there it is. You've got your Poetic branding all over the inside of it. Very nice little honeycomb on the back, Poetic branding, some fake lug nuts there. Can't have the 4th one because there's a camera cut out. And let's just see how it fits and how it feels. Oh, that went on so nicely. That's like a glove. I'm actually gonna say that was a little bit easier to put on than the Affinity one was. The buttons do all seem to work just fine. You do still have access to everything on the bottom, including a separate hole for the microphone. Same with the top, and actually there's little indentions, little curved in sections on the sides, which I kind of like the feel of that. And this is all very, I'm not gonna say it's hugely grippy, but it's definitely a lot less slick than the phone is on its own. As compared to something like the Affinity, it does not have these little ridges on the side that give it the extra texture, but it has a lot of texture on its own. So I really do like the way this feels. feels in the hand. It does make the phone feel like it is a little bit more thick, a little bit more bulky, because by default, the Galaxy S7 has a little bit of a light curve to the back, and you lose that entirely by putting something like this on. There's now no curve to it, but it still feels quite nice in the hand, and that little ridge gives you a place to really hold on to, so you've got silicone on either side of it holding your fingers in place. And this is actually probably what I'm going to be rocking on my device for a little while. And there you have it. There you can sort of see the 3 different levels of protection that Poetic offers for the Galaxy S7, Affinity, Quarterback, and Revolution. $13, $10, and $17 respectively. Not sure why the middle one is so inexpensive. And actually the other colors appear to be even less expensive, but I think they have additional shipping. On Amazon, this is $10 prime shipping. The others are like $7.95, and I think they have extra shipping. But still, very, very nice case. All of them are. So thanks so much to Poetic for sending these out for me to take a look at and to use on my device. Thanks to you guys for watching. Links to all of this can be found down in the video description. Leave a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to receive more of them, and we will see you again next time.